and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and today I'm bringing a video for maybe the beginners of diamond painting, so those that have just found the hobby, have just started and testing the waters as to whether this hobby is for you and this hobby is something that you're going to continue. Please note, many diamond painters, once they do start, continue. There is something about this hobby that does make it very enjoyable, very relaxing, and in turn can continue for a long time. So you've got your first painting, you've decided to give it a go, you've got your first painting, you've got your diamonds. More often than not, it will come with some form of a toolkit. You've got everything you need. You have got everything you need to be able to complete that diamond painting. But as with any new hobby, as many of us know, you then start to see what else there is out there that you could maybe treat yourself to, that could make your hobby a little bit more enjoyable. You can have fun with it and all the rest of it. And that's what this video is about today. I've had a think, I've had a conversation with my daughter Megan, who's also a diamond painter, and I've come up with the top 5 things that we think you should look at treating yourself to if you want to keep diamond painting long term. Now, many of these items in fact every single one of these items we've picked, we use in some form for every single diamond painting we do. And that's part of the reason that these things made it into the top 5. Not only are they things, that can make diamond painting more enjoyable, but they're also things that constantly get used. And because of that, you sort of even more so get your money's worth. There are many things out there that can make diamond painting more enjoyable, easier. You can expand the hobby, or you can keep it very limited and just buy a kit and do everything with what came with that kit. You can do that just as easily. But we all know, as soon as a crafter wants to do more, they want to do more. So this is our top 5 things to treat yourself to when you're diamond painting, if you're new to diamond painting. There is no particular order for these items. We don't necessarily say you have to treat yourself, you should treat yourself to this one first. But one of them is a nice pen. You use a diamond painting pen every single time you diamond paint. And normally the diamond painting pens are often pink, occasionally they're clear. I'm going to see if I can find, so I've got some basic toolkits here. So it's either a clear one or it's a pink one. And they do the job, don't get me wrong, they do the job, but they're quite thin and they're not always the prettiest things to look at. They're very basic. So this is more of a treat yourself to a pretty item. Sometimes if you do have trouble holding the thin pen, it can be nice to get yourself a thicker pen. There are many different styles out there. If anybody has seen my whipping chats, I'm just grabbing pens galore. I have loads. You don't need this many. But if you're first starting to diamond paint, I would be tempted to treat yourself to a nice pen. Something that makes you smile. You use it for every single diamond that you place. And yeah, it's a well-used item, especially if you only have one. If you have multiples like me, it varies. So that's one item we recommend. The second one is some form of storage. Many diamond paintings, of course, come with the diamonds in the packets, and you can do them by colour. you can open the packets. Sometimes you can put them into little grip seal bags to reseal them when you're moving on to another colour. Storage. It's always nice to have at least one form of storage. There is multiple storage out there. If you go to my website, addmorezest.com, under favourites I do have a link for storage, and it has got multiple different types of storage listed on there. But one of the good ones, if you maybe are limited funds or you want to buy some storage that you can use for many projects before you start looking into anything else, the 60 bottle case is always a good one. It comes with individual round pots, so you can use this for a painting with 12 colours as much as you can use it for a painting with 60 colours. It gives you more variety, I suppose. There are some cases that will hold 42 bottles. They do some cases with only 30 bottles. It's actually more of a square like that. So yeah, one of those sorts of cases are ideal for your first storage. They hold a fair few diamonds in here. You can pop little stickers or even just use a Sharpie to put your number or your symbol on there and then wipe it off when you're done. And it will make it so much easier when you get out your diamonds each time if you have some form of storage. Go for your personal preference or go by your budget, but a 60 bottle case can quite often, you know, be a good one that will last you for a long while you figure out the craft and what works for you. So that was number 2. Number 3 is a nice tray. Now, this is our tray. So this is one that I sell on our website, addmorezest.com. But this is the only tray that I use now. And if you read the reviews, many other people are the same. The reason we designed this tray and the reason we like this tray is when you tip diamonds into a bigger tray with the grooves, more so than, you know, your small little green one that you might get or your little white one that you might get with a kit. If it has a bigger area for your diamonds to shake into, they do tend to line up better. So your diamonds will line up a little bit easier, which makes the enjoyment of doing the diamond painting a little bit easier. They're also nicer to hold, so you can either hold them this way and it nestles into your hand, or indeed I actually sometimes hold it this way and I hold it by the spout here, and that's a little bit shorter for me to be able to grab hold of it and do it near to the diamond painting itself. These also have a stopper so that your diamonds, when you are done, you can tip them, knock the top of it, tip them all down into this little well, take off the top of your bottle, imagine I have, take out your stopper and let them all tip back into where they need to go. It can be done with these, though of course you would need to hold it over first, but a nice tray. It's just, again, it's something pretty to look at while you're diamond painting. And bigger trays of any form, even if you do pick a different brand, a bigger tray can be nicer to use because your diamonds line up quicker. And if you are doing a painting with a lot of one colour, you've got a lot of space for them. So that's number 3. Number 4 is a light pad of some sort. Now this is quite a big light pad. Mine is a wireless one. There are many light pads available on Amazon. A4 is normally plenty big enough. Even if you're working on a larger painting, your painting can scoot over. I always use A4 because I never do a section as big as this. More often than not, my section is sort of this size and I do quite a big section. So normally I'm looking at this bigger section. So as long as that section will appear on this light pad somewhere, I can see, but this really helps the symbols on a diamond painting show up, especially if you're, you know, working on an evening like many people are. So while the symbols are really clear to look at here, it is amazing how having a form of light underneath makes them so much easier to see. I did my first few diamond paintings without a light pad. It is possible. I've got a bit used to it now. It's very hard for me now in an evening to do it without a light pad. The daytime I tend to find is fine. The light is enough, you know, natural light is enough for me to see the colours. But as soon as it starts getting to dusk, I need a light pad. There are a few different types out there. I've also got this one. This is a battery light pad. You can get them with wires so that they're charged up. That's a battery one. So it does have a little bit of an angle. But again, it's an A4 one, so the actual light area is roughly the same. You can get light pads from about £10 on Amazon, probably, say 10, maybe even a bit less if you find a deal. But a light pad will make it much easier and nicer for you to work in an evening. And then for number 5. Now number 5, we did think about for a bit as to whether to include number 5 or whether to include something else as number 5. But again, this is something that we use every single time, and this is actually something that has made a very big difference to us when we're diamond painting for a while. And this is an easel. So we use a desktop easel. I know some people actually have the full desk, which is more like a drafting table that gives you the angle. So what it is something that will give you an angle. You can get triangle pillows. I've seen those. More used for people, you know, with a condition that need to be propped up. But something like that is what we recommend. And the reason for that is so you're not stooped over your diamond painting. Your diamond painting will then go on your easel. You can either clip it directly to your easel, or if you have treated yourself to a light pad, your light pad can rest on and you can clip it to your light pad if you're working at this top end, or quite often, once it's uncurled more, I've just taken this out of a box. Once it's uncurled more, you can just rest your diamond painting on your easel with your light pad underneath. I mean, this is a 30 by 40 painting, and the light pad is wide enough to get that whole 30 strip visible. So you can see where you're going to place all of your diamonds with your light pad. You've got your fancy or nice tray, you've got your nice pen, you've got the things that make you smile. So these are the things that make you smile. This is something that is a little bit more organised, so it's a little bit easier for getting your diamonds. You're not having to open little baggies and reseal them up again. And then these two are more to help, so your eyesight, even having good eyes. And I have, you know, I'm short-sighted, so actually seeing this is clear as day for me at the moment. But as soon as dusk comes, you can sometimes struggle with the symbols. So having a light pad, so this is to help with your eyes, and this is to help with your neck. So your neck and your back, actually working on a flat surface and leaning over all the time can take its toll. Especially if you've really got into diamond painting and do it most evenings, you can definitely start to feel it. And it's amazing how much just having it on an easel and that little tilt up will eliminate most of that ache. Yes, if you diamond paint for hours, it can still be there. But it is something we recommend if you are going to be diamond painting for, you know, if you've got into the hobby and you're really enjoying it, do treat yourself to an easel. I do have a link to all of these on my website under favourite items. There are loads of other items there for you to look at as well. But that's our top 5 if you've just started diamond painting and you want to get yourself something else for the craft. You want to start building, you know, the things you can use and the things that help you and make it nicer for you. They're our top 5 to start with, and after that, the world is your oyster. Believe me, there are many more things that I use, things that don't cost a lot, things that don't, you know, don't cost anything. There are multiple things that I use while diamond painting that just take it to that next little level. But having said that, you can still diamond paint with just what you get, which is why I think it's such a craft that people have got to love. You can get a diamond painting and just do that, just craft with that. So those that are on a stricter budget can still enjoy the craft as much as everybody else. But I hope this was helpful, especially for those beginners. Those that aren't beginners, do pop in the comments below what your favourites are. So do you have a favourite out of the 5? Is there something you'd recommend for somebody to get as number 1 thing to purchase? Maybe some more experience, put the 5 in order of what you think is the most important if somebody did want to buy these items. Or is there something that I forgot? Do let me know in the comments below. There are many other things that I use that I wanted to recommend, but I think these 5 are ones that would get the most use for every diamond painting, and therefore the best money value as well. But thank you all so much for watching, and I'll speak to you all again soon.